Hi, it's B. Corey and welcome to my channel. I'm going to do it a little differently this week and show you all what I'm prepping while I'm prepping it. So I'm making chili, chickpea salad, and tacos. First I'm going to show you what I'm doing with my chickpeas. So all I have right here is 1 can of chickpeas rinsed, and then there's some salt and pepper on there already as well. And the rest of the seasonings I'm going to add are basil, thyme, oregano, garlic powder, onion powder, and paprika. Drizzled a bit of olive oil and gave it a shake, and then you just pop it in the toaster oven. In the pot over here, I have the base for my chili started. It's about 1/3 of a white onion, 3 cloves of garlic, and 4 mini peppers. You can just use a regular red bell pepper if you prefer, but I'm using a lot of these mini peppers in I'm using these mini peppers in every single recipe that I have, so this was just the most cost-effective option. So it's starting to brown, so I'm going to turn the heat to low. So what I have going over here for another recipe is some fire roasted diced tomatoes that I'm actually draining the liquid out of because I'm going to make a salsa out of it and I don't want it to be too watery. So I'm going to add the liquid from this can to my chili to lift all the browning bits from the bottom of the pan. So this is the liquid that I got. Just going to pour. Okay, so I'm going to go with my seasonings now. This is the chili powder. Ooh, a lot of chili powder. This is the onion powder. This is the oregano. And then lastly, the cumin. I'm going to give it a mix. Then you add a very small pinch of cinnamon. Alright, so this has been going for a couple of minutes, so it's time to add the rest of the ingredients. One of these jumbo cans of crushed tomatoes. And then this is 1 can of black beans and 1 can of kidney beans, rinsed and drained. Hot for Food's recipe and Hot for Food calls for lentils. I wanted something a little bit more meaty because I actually want to make chili dogs out of these later in the week. Hi, so obviously this is different setting, different time, different date. I lost like all of the footage I had, so where it cut off about me talking about the boca meat that I was going to add to the chili is the last piece of the meal prep that I had from this week. So I was like, my computer is like completely full of storage, so I was finally like organizing my files and getting them into a different drive, and I guess I just lost the vast majority of this week's footage. So but it's okay. I took a lot of pictures, and I did take some clips after all of the meal prep was done, so I can still kind of tell you the story through that, but I apologize. I don't know about you guys, but like the last couple of days have been such like weird energy, like weird news coming, people I haven't talked to in years coming back into my life, and people who I thought were going to be in my life a lot longer leaving, and then just like, you know how days are just like everything that could go wrong did go wrong. That's how it's been, where it's just like things are just missing the mark. And I don't know, this is another one of them where I was like sitting down today ready to edit, ready to get this video like done and sent off, and I realized I didn't have anything I needed. So all you can do is like roll with it, and you know, all you can do is focus on what's within your power. So I can't get the footage back, but I can sit here, eat with you guys, and tell you how I meal prepped the rest of the food for this week. So where I left off with the chili, I'd added my beans, I was about to add my boca crumbles. I was saying Hot for Food's recipe typically calls for lentils, but I wanted to make chili dogs. My birthday was last week, so I wanted to make chili dogs. and I wanted it to be like really meaty, really like good comfort food. So I added the boca crumbles instead. And then the only other thing I added after that was a couple of handfuls of corn. And then really once all the ingredients are in the pot, it's done, you know. So I just let it sit on the stove for, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes just to let all of the flavors really develop. And then I let it cool down and I put it in the Tupperware, and this is what it looks like. It's such a hearty, like so flavorful. It's just, chili is such a comfort food for me. I don't know. And then I eat my chili with cornbread. So these are just some plain Jiffy cornbread loaves. I do get the vegetarian one because the ones that aren't vegetarian have lard in them. But I eat my chili with cornbread, and I just crumble it into the chili, and it makes it like even heartier and even like more filling, and just it's so freaking bomb. So that's what I had for most of this week until my birthday, and then I had chili dogs, but I didn't actually take any pictures of that. I'm sorry, but they were fire. For the chickpea salad, this is the part that really like sucks, because I wanted to show you all like the difference between cooking your chickpeas and just mashing them straight away for your chickpea salad. And I think cooking them makes them like flaky instead of like mushy like mashed beans. So I really wanted to show you guys that, and unfortunately I didn't get that clip, but I did get the final product. The veggies I added were carrots, a couple of those mini peppers, celery, some white onion, and then for the wet ingredients I added relish, mayo, and mustard. Mustard's optional, but I really like mustard in my chickpea salad. I like mustard on my sandwiches, so it's just bomb in this. But the mayo I used wasn't vegan this week just because my parents had mayo and I didn't want to buy any more. But this is a really easy recipe to do vegan. I don't really taste the difference between vegan mayo and regular mayo, so if you're looking to add more like plant-based recipes into your diet, this could be a really cool one to check out. And then, so yeah, this was my snack this week. So I ate it on most of the days. I just ate it with some celery sticks. There were some days that I made like a little half sandwich. I had some bread left over from last week's meal prep with the tofu sammies, so I just made like a little half sandwich and ate that. But super quick to put together. Once you roast or cook your chickpeas, it's just mashing them, adding your the rest of your ingredients, and you're done. So yeah, very easy and very, very tasty. This is one of my like OG recipes. I've been making this since forever. If I can find a recipe, I will link it below. Okay, and then I got literally zero footage of my tacos for this week, but I was taking pictures throughout the process, so that's a perk. For my base, I had some red onion, some yellow mini peppers, and a couple of cloves of garlic. So I just diced all of that up. I got kind of lazy with the red pepper with the mini peppers, so those are in like long strips instead of diced like they were for the chickpea salad and the chili, but it all works the same. So I threw that in the pan first and let it saute for a minute before I added about a third of the fire roasted tomatoes that I had showed you earlier, the can that I was draining. I added about a third of that can, added half a can of black beans, and let that roast for a bit. Then I added my quinoa and my ground round. So I wanted this to, again, I really wanted comfort food last week. It was my birthday. I wanted things that just filled and fueled my soul. So I did ground round and quinoa and added that in. And then for the seasonings, I added ground mustard, ground cumin, oregano, garlic powder, and chili powder. And I did something new and added just some Tabasco hot sauce. I don't usually do that. I usually add salsa to my like taco recipes and stuff like that, but I didn't have any, and I just, yeah, I wanted to try something different, so I pulled that out, and it was actually really good. It gave it some heat without being like too overpowering, so I would recommend trying that out, just a couple of dashes in your mix. So this is it with all the seasonings on it, and I let that saute for a minute, but everything's already cooked, so you're not like waiting for anything to cook. It's more just like getting those flavors to develop. And then for the salsa, the corn salsa that I add and that I'm having right now, It was most of a bag of frozen corn. I did take a couple of handfuls and put it in my chili. But it was most of a bag of frozen corn, the other half of the can of black beans, 1 jalapeno, about 1/4 of a red onion, and then another 1/3 of those fire roasted tomatoes. I didn't add any seasonings to this. I just left it like that. Yeah, gave it a toss and that was it. For the other 1/3 of the fire roasted tomatoes, like I only used 2/3 for these two components. The last 1/3 went into the food that I'm eating for next week's meal prep, so you will see all of that next week. But yeah, this is super tasty and refreshing. This is what I ended up with. I just ate it on some regular tortillas, some flour tortillas, and then I just, you know, mixed it up today and made some quesadillas instead because I bought cheese for my chili dogs and I wanted to eat that up. So this is really fire. And oh, and then the white sauce that I'm eating is just some I showed you all the plant-based yogurt that I used for sour cream a couple weeks ago. I didn't make it into sour cream this week. I just ate it as vegan yogurt and it's actually still really tasty. Three great dishes. Happy with all of them. This is the last of my meal prep that I'm eating right now, so I will, I don't know what I'm trying to say. These last couple of days, y'all, they have been a whirlwind, but we're eating, we're here, we're alive, we're healthy. Can't complain that much, you know? I think that's all I got. Thank you for watching. Sorry it was so choppy and missing pieces and parts, but that's how life goes sometimes. I so appreciate you for checking in and staying here till the end. Be sure to give this a big thumbs up, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace. Ooh, that jalapeno was spicy.